Good morning, all. Trust you all well and keeping safe during this time of lockdown. This morning, I'm going to be sharing about how to forgive. And I'd like to start off by reading from Colossians 3, verse 3. For you died to this life, and your real life is hidden with Christ in God. And then I'm going to move on to verse 7. You used to do these things when your life was still part of this world. And then finally, verses 9 and 10. Don't lie to each other, for you have been stripped off of your old sinful nature and its wicked deeds. Put on your new nature and be renewed as you learn to know your Creator and become like Him. So how do we become more like Jesus and learn to forgive like Jesus did? I'd like to read a short story to you, and it's called Moving the Comma. Alexander III was the Shah of Russia from 1881 to 1894. His rule was marked by repression, and in particular by persecution of the Jews. His wife Maria provided a stark contrast, being known for her generosity to those in need. On one occasion, her husband had signed an order consigning a prisoner to life in exile. It simply read, "Pardon impossible, to be sent to Siberia." Maria changed that prisoner's life by moving the comma in her husband's order. She altered it to pardon, impossible to send to Siberia. That comma represents what Jesus has done for us. He moved the comma from pardon, impossible, sent to Siberia. And comes the good news of salvation when Jesus died on the cross for us, where He moved the comma to pardon, impossible to send to Siberia. We have been forgiven. So how do we forgive? Let me look at 3 different points for you this morning. We need to remember what Jesus has done for us. He paid the ultimate price. He was beaten, stripped naked, and nailed to a cross, or to forgive us for our sins. And that has taught us how to forgive. We need to learn to forgive just how Jesus forgave us. And then secondly, we need to develop a soft heart. And we need to pray for those that have wronged us, no matter what they have done. By praying for them, our hearts will be softened. In Luke 23, verse 34, Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing." That was when Jesus was probably at the crux and the most excruciating time of the crucifixion, yet He could still forgive those that were murdering Him on that cross. And then finally, we need to learn to forget what lies behind and lay hold of what God has for you in the future. Wholeness, peace, freedom and purpose for your life. In Galatians 5 verse 1, so Christ has truly set us free. Now make sure you stay free and don't get tied up again in the slavery to the law. Don't get tied up in what people have done to wrong you. Get tied up in what Jesus has for you. And that freedom and that peace and that wholeness and that purpose that He has for your life. Rather focus on that than what other people have done to you to wrong you. You see, we need to honor Jesus. He forgave us. How dare we not forget others? When we don't forgive, it's pride welling up inside of us, and that we feel that we are too good to forgive others. And it's a pride-filled, arrogant heart, and then it becomes a hard heart. And that's when it becomes even more difficult to forgive. So finally, get on your knees and pray. Pray that God will soften your heart to those that have wronged you, no matter what they have done. That's what Jesus had to do on the cross. He had to forgive those that were in the process of murdering Him for doing absolutely nothing wrong. But He did that to forgive us. How dare we not forgive Him? So remember that what Jesus has done for you and honor Him by doing the same. I trust you'll have a blessed day and a blessed week. God bless.